Day 1516 and Monday, first day of the week. Uh, Not a lot happening apart from me venturing out to go to studio today. It's obviously my friend that has a studio space, and overall it was cool. It was a cool session, although this is just me being more kind of open and transparent, as I said I would be. Not gonna lie, but when it ended, I got a bit frustrated and a bit annoyed. And it's probably gonna sound really stupid, but like obviously I went there, obviously, to just be a part of what was going on, but also for me to actually go and, take part as well. And there was next to none of that. Now, just to put it in context a little bit more, so three of us in total. And so me, obviously my friend who is renting out the space, and the other person, did you hear that? Hungry. And the other person who I used to be in band with as well, who yeah, we're cool. We're cool. Now they normally leave earlier than me and my friend do, or at least they have done the past couple of few times. And my friend who rents the space, they're not going to be around next week, so they're basically leaving the key to get into the place with the other person. So obviously, because they're giving the key to them, obviously that meant that we had to leave a little bit earlier. Now also there was because both of them watch football. I'm not a football fan. My friend had basically brought like an iPad to watch like one football match that was being played today. So they had that kind of playing in the background, which wasn't really paying much attention to because I don't have any interest in football. But most of the session was spent basically working through a track that mainly them two had kind of come up with the last session. So cool, spent most of that going through that. So those two were kind of bouncing ideas off of one another, and I chimed in periodically, but for the most part, I was just kind of sitting back, filming stuff and all of that. Cool, not a problem. Then, kind of as it was kind of getting later, I think they were like, oh yeah, because I saw them kind of like pondering the time, like, oh, it's getting a bit late now, and then they were like, oh, should we just like watch the end of this match? And then my friend was like, oh, do you want to jump on? So I jumped onto the keys and I was just messing about a little bit, but this is more kind of self-imposed. I wasn't playing too loud, and I don't really, well, no, I kind of know why I wasn't playing super loud, but there really was no need for me to kind of be restricting the volume that I was playing at, because for the most part, they weren't really listening to the football match, they were just watching it, because even the volume wasn't even really that loud at all. So they were watching it, and I was just, twinkling away, doing my usual rubbish. But I was kind of hoping it would be like a proper thing where I'd, really get to play, and, obviously with the other person on the drums, we'd be able to have like, even if it was like a little 5 or 10 minutes. And then obviously when the match was done, which was by the time I hopped on, the match lasted for about another 5 minutes or so. And then they wrapped up and then, all right, cool, time to go. And then I just started again, and I know this was, just to be clear, I know none of this was done maliciously. There was no bad, what's the word I'm looking for? I can't even think now. But yeah, there wasn't any kind of, yeah, there was no malicious intent. I'm trying to say something else, but I can't even think of the words now. But yeah, nothing bad was meant, and I know that, but still sitting with this feeling of frustration and annoyance, and I think it's because, at least in part, like the past couple of weeks, I've gone out and, I've really been able to creatively get stuff off my chest. So now it's almost like the equivalent feeling of you're trying to blow your nose feels like it's really blocked, and you're trying to blow it, and you've only managed to get a little bit out, but you can still feel stuff is up there, and you can't flipping breathe. I think part of the frustration is tied into that. The past couple of weeks, I've really been able to, and I wanted to get some good ideas out, and I wanted to be playing with the drums, and I wanted to get some stuff recorded, partially to upload stuff, but also for me to just chronically watch back as well. And I didn't really get to do that, so I did end up feeling, still am, frustrated and both annoyed. So yeah, it's me just being open and honest there. So hopefully I don't even know the next time I'm going to be going down there now, because obviously my friend is away, and obviously they play keys, so they normally bring, because there's not a keyboard there, they always bring their keyboard. Obviously the drummer, because they've got the key, I know they're probably going to be going down next week, but obviously it'll just be them on the drums. I do have a keyboard, but it's way too heavy to be bringing. Yeah, and then obviously I'm back at work next week, so yeah, Lord knows what's going to happen. But yeah, I'm annoyed. I'm actually annoyed, but hey ho, such is life. But yeah, honesty, isn't that fun? I'm not even going to take it up with them, because it's silly. But again, it's probably better to get stuff off the chest. What I might possibly say is, whenever I do manage to make my way down, which might not be for a while, I might make a point to say, like, yeah, can I can I jump on, whether it's at the beginning, middle or end, or if I can see they're looking to pack up, maybe just interject and say, look, can we maybe just stay for like another 10 minutes? I want to jam and vibe, because yeah, it just felt mad anticlimactic, man. Really, really anticlimactic. Like when I was sitting down, because sometimes it can take me, like certain times the ideas are there and it just takes me, and I'll just come out with not a cracker, shall we say, but I come out with something semi-decent that's workable, and the drums can slot in, and we have a little vibe going. Other times it takes me a really long while to kind of sit through and work out something that's viable. And I think this was probably going to be one of those days, maybe not super long, but it was, yeah, it may have taken me a little while. I mean, in the 5 or 10 minutes I was playing, I think I came up with one little idea, but didn't really get to explore or expand on it. And then, yeah, they were done, and then them two were ready to kick out. Anywho, not much more to say, to be honest. Picked up a few bits on the way to there. Health bits, the soaps and toothpaste and some other little bits. Some discounted stuff from M&S, lovely. But yeah, I think I'm supposed to be going out to the cinema tomorrow with the friend who I was supposed to meet up with a couple of times before, but it didn't end up happening. I think it's tomorrow. I don't think it's Wednesday. I feel like it's tomorrow, but I'll double check. But yeah, anywho, look, gonna leave it there because I need to upload this. So that is day, shoot, what is it? Oh my, okay, right, yeah, I need to upload this. Day 1516. I'll catch you tomorrow for day 1517.